Good afternoon. My name is Miss Brownlee, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about fractions and specifically equivalent fractions. Can anybody tell me what we use fractions for? Brianna.
To cut pie.
Good. As you can tell, we can use fractions for everyday things like cutting pie or breaking apart a pizza or time or recipes. Can anybody tell me what makes up a fraction? Brianna.
A numerator, a denominator.
Good job, that's great. We have a numerator and a denominator, and it's broken apart by a horizontal line. Do you guys know what these terms mean, numerator and denominator? No? Okay.
No.
So the denominator is the total pieces we have out of a whole. So if we have 8 pieces of pizza, our denominator is 8. Our numerator is how many we have out of that whole. So if Brianna has 2 pieces of pizza, we have 2 8s. So today we're going to use number lines like this one to plot fractions. Have you guys ever used a number line to plot fractions? This number line is a little different. We have it to 0 to 1, and 1 is our whole. So say we have it broken up into different parts. We have this one, for example, it has 8 sections because we're splitting it up into 8 parts. So we have 8s. So there's 8 equal parts, 1 8, 2 8, 3 8, 4 8, and all the way up to 8 8, which is our 1. The denominator in our fraction is how many parts our line's broken up into. The numerator is where we plot our point. So if we have 3 8s, we look in and we're 1, 2, 3, and we're at 3 8s. So we plot that point. We do this for any number line. So if we have halves, we'll just have 1 half. If we have fourths, we'll have fourths. So we section these off so they're evenly spaced. We can't have one section here and one all the way over here. They have to be evenly spaced to mark right. So today we're going to use number lines like these and your experience with plotting numbers to determine if fractions are equivalent or not. Can anybody tell me what equivalent means? Brianna?
The same.
Yes, or equal. So fractions can look different, but they might be equal. So like say Brianna has 2 8s of a piece of pizza and Bob over here has 1 8 piece of pizza. They might be equivalent even though they're different numbers. Okay, so let's get started. As I said, fractions can look different but still be equal. So we're going to start with, I'm going to show you the process of deciding if fractions are equivalent or not. Okay, so let's say we have the fraction 1/4 and 2 8s. So we're using number lines. So I have pre-made number lines here. So we find our number lines that are in fourths and 8s. So the first step is finding out which number line we want to use first, or which fraction we want to plot first. So since 1/4 is first, we're going to plot it first. So we go to our 1/4 number line, pull it down, and we look at our numerator. We have a 1, so we find our 1, we plot it. So we've plot one of our fractions. Now we have to move on to our second fraction. It's 2 8s. So we find our 8th fraction line, we use it, and we find the 2 on our fraction line. And we plot that one. This next part is the most important part. We have to decide if they're equivalent or not. To do this, we have to make sure that they're aligned just on top of each other, just like this. So our 1s have to be lined up and our 0s have to be lined up because those are the only 2 points that are corresponding. Now, if our points are lined up just like these two are, that means our fraction is equivalent. That means it's equal. So we can say that 1/4 and 2 8s is equal. Okay? So let's do another example. Let's do 3 6 and 3/4. Okay. So the first step again is looking at our fractions and deciding which one we want to plot first. So since 3 6 is labeled first, we're going to find our 3 6, or our 6th number line, and put it up. And we're going to find where our numerator, 3, is on our number line. Yes, Brianna?
How do you know that's the 6th number line?
Because if you look at it, it's separated into 6 equal sections. We have 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, and 1, which is 6 6. So we have 6 equal sections.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to plot our 3 6 on the number line. So we find our 3, we plot it, Now, we have our one fraction done. Now I have to move on to our second fraction, which is 3/4. So, like Brianna mentioned, we find our number line that's separated into fourths, and we use it to plot 3/4. This is the fourth number line because, again, it is plotted into four different sections. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. So now we're going to plot our point 3/4. So we look in, find where the 3/4 is, and we plot that number line. As you can see, the third step, again, is the most important step to decide if it's equivalent or not. Are these points lined up? Does this mark align with this mark? It does not. So these are unequal or non-equivalent fractions. 3/6 and 3/4 are not the same. Okay. Now, can you guys do this with me, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. I have number lines that you guys get to use.
Ooh.
I'm going to hand them out, and then you get an expo marker. You should have 7 number lines. Can everybody count your number lines for me? Make sure you have 7. You should have a half, a number line divided into halves, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, eighths, and tenths. Everybody got those?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay, so the fraction we're going to do together first is 3/6 and 1/2. Okay, can anybody tell me what the first step is? Yes, Brianna?
To find the line that's divided into 6 and the line that's divided into halves.
Good job. Okay, so what's the step after that?
To line them up so that they're like the 0 with the 0 and the 1 with the 1.
That's not quite the next step. First, we have to plot our points. Okay, so we're going to look at 3/6. So everybody, hold up your 3/6 number line for me so I can see it. Good job. Okay, so now plot your 3/6. Plot your 3/6 on your line. Raise your hand when you're done. Look at your buddy and tell me if their number matches yours. Does everyone's match? Good. Okay, now what do?
Mark 1/2.
Good job. So everybody mark 1/2 with your expo marker. Looks great. Okay, what's the most important step? Brianna, you said it first.
To line up the 0s and the 1s.
Great job. Good. Okay, so are our marks lined up? Is everybody's lined up?
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
That they're equivalent.
Good job. So we can say that 3/6 and 1/2 is equal.
Cool.
Okay, let's do one more example. Okay, let's use the fractions 1/6 and 2/3. Okay, so what's our first step again?
To get the 1 in 6 and the 1 in thirds.
Great. So we have to find our 1/6, our 6th number line, and our 3rd number line. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna plot 1/6, all right? Everyone hold up your 6th number line for me so I can see it. Good. Okay, hold up your 3rd number line so I can see it. Good. Okay, so we're gonna plot our 1/6. Everybody plot 1/6 for me. Everybody have it? Check your buddy. Check your buddy.
Cool, Bob.
Okay. Now what's our next step, Brianna?
To find 2/3.
Okay, everybody plot 2/3 for me. Good, everyone's doing a good job. Okay, what's the most important step, Brianna? I know you know this because you've told me 3 times now.
To line up the 0 and the 1.
Good job. Okay, so if we line these up, make sure they're lined up just right. Are these equivalent fractions?
No,
No. Do they? Because why?
because they aren't on the same line.
Good job. They're not aligned. This
Oh,
mark
yeah.
is not aligned with this mark.
Yeah.
So they are not equal. You guys don't really need to know this line because today on our homework we're not going to worry about that. Okay? Now, I'm going to hand out plot sheets. On these sheets, you have 5 different fraction pairs. The blinds are marked for you. It's just like doing what we just did. You're gonna mark the points, and then you're gonna compare if they are equivalent or not. Okay? If they're equivalent, I want you to put a check mark by them. If they're not equivalent, I want you to put a big X by them. All right? So I'm gonna pass these out, and that's what you'll do. Okay, I'm done.
You're done?
Oh,